right, friends, I'm really happy to see all of you, and I'm going to make my way to the mat to practice. But what I'd love to do before we start is to take a sip of water. So if you have some water there, hydrate. It helps your brain get smarter. Okay. And then I'll take my water and my block, and I'm going to start coming into a comfortable seated position. So those of you who were standing, maybe join me in a seated position. And you all are superheroes, and balance is your superpower. So we're going to sit in a comfortable position, and we're going to tap into our strong, kind, brave, and wise mind and body so that we can tap into that superpower that's already there, that's always within us. So as we sit down and our hands are on our legs, see if you can take a big breath in through the nose and a strong breath out through the mouth, like you're taking a yawn and you go, That's good. All right, let's try it again. We're gonna breathe in through the nose, the nostrils, up into our brain and through our body, and then exhale through the mouth. Like a big yawn. Awesome. Okay, now what we're gonna try is we are going to try to breathe like a bee. So bumblebees are really busy and they fly around, and so we want to be like a bumblebee, but we're gonna push out any uncomfortable feelings, any weird energy, anything that's making us feel heavy or unhappy today. So this is the same as what we just did, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. But now what we're going to do is, as we breathe like a bee, we're going to cover our ears so we can hear the breath leaving the body. And the vibration kind of shakes everything up and shakes everything out and lets it go so that we can tap into our superpowers. Okay, so hands over your ears. So you're cupping your hands, and you're going to take a big breath in through the nose, and then with your lips closed, you're going to buzz everything out. Bzz. Oh, that was really good, friends. Okay, hands down. Take a big breath in as you shrug your shoulders up, back, and down. Now, we're going to try that 2 times in a row to breathe in through the nose and buzz out through the mouth. So we're going to take our hands to our ears, and we're going to the count of 4, practice inhaling and exhaling. Let's try it. Breathing in through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. And now breathe out through the mouth. Bzz. All right, breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, and now try and buzz out for 4. Bzz. And then release your hands down. So I had my mouth open, but sometimes when we try to do it with our mouth closed, it makes this buzzy vibration through our bodies, and it releases any wound up, coiled up, uncomfortable feelings or thoughts, and it just lets us go. Oh, that was really good. I'm going to take another sip of water because that was a funny breathing practice. And then we're going to practice doing some balancing poses. Some of them we've already done together. So I'm going to stand up nice and tall. And in these balancing poses, we're just gonna do the best you can. So remember, friends, you're just trying. There's no need to be perfect, okay? So here we are, standing, hands to the hips like a superhero. Our heart is behind our little emblem or our super symbol. So elevate your heart, and with your hands to your hips, feel a smile on your face. Okay, now I'm gonna ask you to see if you can roll to the ball mounts of the toes and lift your heels up, and then exhale, heels come down. Roll to the ball mounts of the toes, and exhale as your heels come down. Heart is high as you roll onto your tippy toes to the best of your ability, and then roll your feet back down. Nice job, friends. I love it. You're doing an amazing, amazing job. Okay, from that pose, let's take and bring our hands in front of us. And just like what we did last time, we're gonna practice being an elephant. So reach your arms up high and sway to a side. Come on back to center. Stretch to the other side. Bring your hands back up, and with a big sigh of relief, and the trunk of your elephant body is gonna just fold forward and hang out. So just swaying side to side. I know you're not looking at the computer, but now you're just letting your hand hang as you look to the ground and your legs. And then try and take a couple deep breaths as you roll back up to standing. Hands interlaced in front of you. And then I'm going to ask you, because your arms are the trunk of your elephant body, to weave your hands the other way. Can you weave your hands the weird way as you interlace your fingers? Awesome. Okay, here we go. Inhale, breathing your arms up. Exhale, stretch to a side. Find a good stretch as you reach, hips stretching away from your hands. And then come on back up. And let's try and find the other side. Reach to the other side, hips stretch, arms expand, they're long. And then come on back up. And after swaying the elephant trunk, let's roll back down, hands down, head hangs. And now what I'm going to ask you to do is to unwind your fingers because they were held together, and see if you can pat the floor with your hands. Just pat, pat, pat the floor, making vibrations in your palms, just like our buzzy bee breath. And then relax your hands. And listen and feel as you have this nice forward fold. And then do the best you can as you roll your body back up. Try and take a couple deep breaths to roll up to standing. Ta-da! Here we are, strong, brave, kind, and wise, standing tall. Okay, from elephant pose, let's be a monkey. So we're gonna practice balancing like we did last time together on one leg. So do the best that you can. Hani is a silly monkey, and Hani's my friend. As I reach up high, I stretch a hand, and then exhale it down, as if I'm climbing into the trees. Reach up high, stretch, let it go. All right, let's try with the legs. Try and climb up with a foot. Let it go. I'll try the other leg. Reach up as high as you can and let it go. When we practice breathing, our hands are our feet and our feet are our hands. So that's why it's easy to kind of reach up with our legs like that. Let's try it again. This time as we reach up one arm, let's take the other arm up. And then see on your exhale, just let them go. Okay, you can't lift two legs up at a time because we would then be floating, but let's reach one leg up and see if we can reach it back. So we're just balancing on a leg, almost floating like an airplane, and then set the foot back down. That was hard. Let's try the other side. Reach a leg up, stretch it out, and then sweep it back. And see if you can just balance there, like an airplane flying through the sky. And let it go. Awesome, everybody. Okay, now we're standing here, and we're gonna reach up like a monkey, and then forward fold and tickle our toes. So take and reach your arms up high, reach and stretch and grabbing high for a bunch of bananas, because bananas are good and healthy. And then exhale, fold forward. Your head hangs down. And see, maybe you could tickle your toes. And I'm going to turn around so you can see my behind, but the reason I'm doing this is, can you grab your opposite elbow and give your hands a hug around the elbows? Just breathing in and breathing out. Strong, deep breaths as you get a really good stretch through the backs of your legs and your back. Hi, friends. Now release your hands and roll your body back up to standing. Ta-da! Stand in your superhero stance. Feel your body strong. And now we're going to get ready to sit in a chair, but not a real one. But maybe before we do that, we could have another sip of water, because that forward fold really allowed my back to release a lot of toxins, and so I want to drink a lot of water so that I let everything flow through me. How was that water, everybody? Did you get a nice water break? Okay. So glad you're here. And remember, you can take a seat if you need to, if these are too hard, or you can take water anytime you like, not just when Miss Jess says that we should take a water break. Okay, so I'm getting warm, so I'm going to take my sweatshirt off. Here we are standing. Our heart is held high. We feel all those strong superpowers. And we are now going to sit like we're sitting in a chair. With your next exhale, bring your hands from your hips to your heart. So they're just gently touching. Elbows are down, shoulders melting to the floor. And we're going to bend our knees and then take our hands to the tops of the legs. As your hands are on the tops of the legs, can you press into your legs and lift your heart even higher? Behind, reaching back, and then see if you can bring your hands in front of your heart. So we're just sitting in a chair, strong and steady, without a chair even being there. Okay, reach your arms up high, sitting deep. Hips never go lower than your knees though. Try and keep your hips up high. And as you exhale, like you grabbed onto a tree branch like the monkey or a bunch of bananas, pull yourself up. Exhaling, arms come down. Remember those balloon breaths, friends, that we did before? Let's try them. Breathe in as your arm goes high and you get really light. And breathe out as you push out all the dirty, stale air from your body. Let's try it again. Breathe in, fill yourself up with positivity and ease. And then breathe everything out, letting it go. Okay, now we're doing such a good job with that chair pose. Let's see if we can try to add in a chair pose with a twist. Now you can twist with your arms wide, but we're going to try and twist by using our elbows and our hands together. So starting off the same way, we're going to sit back into our chair with our hands in front of our hearts, and then hands go right to your legs. Lift your chest up, breathing deeply. And then see if you can take and bring your hands to your heart and twist to a side. So your back is long and you're rotating, kind of looking over your right shoulder. And then come on back to center. Let's reach up high. Big breath out, letting everything go. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay, are you ready to try that second side for the twist? So we twisted to the right, or maybe you started with the left, but now you're going to go to the other side. So I'm going to twist to my left. Hands to my heart. Body is calm. Exhale, bring your chest forward as your tailbone reaches back, and then hands to your legs to lift your heart up a little bit higher. So you make your back a little bit longer. Try not to grip through your toes, and then as your hands come to your heart, notice your breath, and we're just gonna twist, twist, twist. Breathing and twisting. Eyes calm. Shoulders relaxing down from the ears as you twist. And then inhale back to center. And as you exhale, straighten the legs. Reach your arms up high for a big breath. And like that bee buzzed things away, we just blew out all of the air. Yes, we can. Do you want to do a sun salutation with me, friend? Let's try to do a sun salutation, okay? So we're standing tall in Tadasana, and we're just going to do the best that we can. From mountain pose, let's take a big breath in, and then making your hands touch. Bring them through the center of your body, and like the elephant trunk, just follow the hands down to the ground. Place your hands to your shins as you lengthen your back, and then your hands come down, and you're gonna step one foot back, and then the other foot back, and now we're in this nice high plank. Lower your knees, your chest, your chin, everything comes down to the ground, and we're gonna slither up 3 times, making an S sound like a snake. Lifting up, lower down, lifting up, lower down, and then one more. You got this, friends. You do. Lift up and lower back down. And then from this space, I'm going to ask you to just gently press into your hands and your knees and push your behind back, child's pose. So keep your hands facing forward. I'm just turning sideways so that you can see my body better. See if you can stack one fist and then the other on top of each other as your forehead comes to the fists. So pour out your thoughts through the forehead, in through the hands, and down to the floor. And feel all your thoughts dissolve as they kind of melt into the ground. So all we're doing right here is breathing. Big breath in, easy breath out. Big breath in, gentle breath out. All right, take your hands and spread the fingers wide and press up into a neutral tabletop position. And as if you're a cow wagging its tail, sway your hips from side to side. Remember, slow and steady. So if you feel that this is too much, then find a comfortable seat and just practice breathing and being. Okay, bring your tail back to center, and we're going to find a cat and a cow before we find our down dog. Elbows point out to the sides, and your middle finger points forward. Breathe in as you lift your heart, and breathe out, rounding your back, moving from the belly button. Breathe in as you lift your heart, and breathe out, rounding the back. Breathe in, and as you exhale, breathing out. Find your way to a neutral spine. Roll the toes under, and then here we go, friends. See if you can lift your behind up and walk the dog. Left and right, and left and right, moving your feet. And then gently, one foot stepping and then the other. Walk your feet to your hands. And your forward fold, just like your monkey, hanging over. And then open your arms wide with a big balloon breath in. Reach high. Exhale, hands make their way right in front of your heart. Awesome, friends. Very good, very good. Yay! Let's see, maybe we could take a drink of water, and we're going to try that again, slow and steady. I like water. Sometimes I even put fruit in my water, so it gives it a little bit of a taste. How's your drink? Good? Okay. So, we're standing tall, our bodies are calm, and we have that superhero vibration, that positive energy that allows us to survive and thrive, even during tough times. So, with a deep breath, we're just going to practice breathing in and breathing out as we move our bodies. I'm going to turn sideways, but keep facing the front of your mat. And as your arms relax down, take a big breath in and a little bend in your knees as you dive down. Head hangs. Hands to the shins, lift your chest halfway, and then exhale as your hands come down. Step one foot back, and then the other foot back. And you're as straight as a plank of wood elbows reaching out as you bring knees, chest, and chin down to the ground. Tops of the feet touch down, hands reach towards the ribs as you lift up like a snake. You could even try swaying from side to side, and then roll your toes under, downward facing dog. Walk your dog left and right. And we're gonna practice a hip opener from this down dog. Okay, so do the best you can. Remember, there's no right or wrong with yoga. We're just listening to the breath. That's the biggest part of our practice. For a calm mind, strong body. And bring your knees to the ground. And as your back is long, see if you can take and stretch your right leg back. Now, all we're going to do is try and open up our hips, but really remember you've got your hands and your knees to support you. So you've got almost like a 3 legs of a table. Bring your right foot up, bend the knee, open the hip, and see if you can look to your right foot under your left armpit. If all you can do is straighten the leg, that's okay too. Breathe deeply. And then look to your hands as your knees come back down and your body is strong. Let's sit our behinds back in child's pose. Same thing, you can stack fist on top of fist like we did, or just keep your hands reaching forward as your forehead comes to the ground. Breathing in, breathing out. All right, another balancing posture to try. We got to do the other side. So you're on your hands and your knees, and your left leg is going to lift up, bend the knee and open the hip. Look under the right armpit as you look to your foot. Shoulders open, body is strong. Wherever you are, start to lower the knee back down. And breathing in as your chest lifts up, and breathing out as you round and open. Find a neutral back and bring your behind back in child's pose. Easy inhales, calm exhales. And then guide your body back up to down dog. Flipping the toes under. Your hips go high, your head hangs. And then walking your feet forward to your hands. On your face, if you can, your shin lands. And then reach your arms up high to the sky. Exhale, let everything go. Very good, yay. Really awesome, friends. So we're watching the breath, we're practicing our superhero powers of balance, and we're allowing our mind and body connect so that we can build positive energy for the rest of the day. Let's see if we can try to do eagle pose. So it's a tricky balancing pose, so just do the best you can. Remember, if you fall out, then we just try to get right back on in. So we're standing tall, and just like chair pose, our hands come to our heart. Bring your behind back and bring your hands to your legs. gaze calmly out in front of you. As your arms are pressing into your thighs, it'll lift your heart up higher. If you can, let's incorporate our arms. You're welcome to bring your hands to your heart and just stay here, or open your arms wide and hug your shoulders. We're going to do the hugging eagle today. And then we'll take and bring our right toes up and over. So we're just breathing. Big breath in, easy breath out. Strong and confident. And then we soar and we unwind, letting everything go. Fantastic, friends. Let's try the other side, okay? So we'll reach our arms up high, pull all that fresh oxygenated air back into our chair, and hands go to the thighs. Shoulders reach back, body is calm, and then here we go. Are you ready? Start to take and open your arms wide and give yourself a hug, crossing the other arm up and over. So we're stretching our shoulders, strengthening our legs as the other leg, which is my left leg today, comes up and over. It's a little bit harder on this side, so just do the best you can. You've got this, my friends, you do. Stay courageous, stay calm, and then unwind and let it go. Let's find our balloon breaths as we stand tall. Breathe in through the nose and our arms reach up, and then breathe out through the mouth, letting everything go as your hands glide down back to your sides. Okay, so you did such a good job, everybody. You did mountains, elephants, monkeys, chair pose, even did twists, and then you did all kinds of fun movements in a sun salutation, snakes, down dogs, even some cats and cows. And we just did an eagle. What I'd like to do right now is to be a shrub. I know, really weird, because usually we'll do a tree where we balance on one leg and bring our hands to our hearts, but actually we're going to be a shrub today. So we're going to take our toes and reach them out, and as our hands come to our hearts, we're going to become a small little shrub as we get nice and tiny, squatting down. And I think I did this another day, saying it was like a frog. But we have our knees are bent, so we're stretching out our knees, we're stretching out our hips, our spine is nice and high, and we're balancing. As we elevate our heart, can you press your hands into your knees and your knees into your hands? And with your exhale, reach your hands down, and we're going to be just like that monkey, palms down and your hips lift high as your head hangs. Sway from side to side like that lumbering elephant as your head is low, and like the monkey does, can you tickle your toes? And then see if you can bring your behind to the ground as your hands come down. Straightening one leg and then the other. Your back is long. We're just going to kind of wipe away the crumbs from our practice, okay? So anything that was kind of like, you know when you're eating dinner and your table gets full of crumbs and kind of like you eat a piece of bread and it gets on the table. Well, we're gonna sweep off those crumbs or all the kind of like stuff that falls off of us. So just sweep off the legs. So you're just cleaning up so that anything that doesn't help you just goes right into the garbage. Okay, now here goes. Imagine that your legs are a piece of bread, and we're gonna reach up for the second piece of bread because we just swept off all the crumbs. And we're gonna fold ourselves forward like a sandwich. So allow your body to move from the hips and just fold forward. And you're letting your head hang, and you just made a sandwich. So all that yummy goodness is in between your arms and your legs, your belly and your thighs, and you're just letting yourself fold forward. One more good breath here, and then roll yourself up to seated. So I'm sitting with my legs straight, but I'm actually going to take myself and cross my legs into a comfortable position, and I'm going to try to practice something called dissolving the clouds. So if you need water, go for it. If you feel a little bit cold and want to put a sweatshirt on, or if you want to take your hips and prop them up, you can sit on a block. And if your knees don't feel good in this pose, which is called our lotus pose, our easy pose, with heels in front of the groins, then take and bring your knees forward and your toes back, which gives us a little steadier seat. And we sit like a hero. Like we started class, place your hands on your legs, and we're gonna just play a little bit of a magic trick. It's a lot of imagination, and I call it dissolving a cloud. Because sometimes our thoughts get all jumbled up like a cloud, and so we're gonna put on our imagination hat, and we're gonna let our thoughts go through breathing. A simple inhale and an easy exhale allows us to be awake in this moment and not stuck in some of our troublesome thoughts. So we've got our imagination hat on. We've got our spine nice and long. And imagine that your thoughts are like clouds. As you breathe in, just notice and watch your thoughts. And as you breathe out, just like that buzzy bee, you don't have to make a noise, but breathe out and watch your thoughts disappear as you blow them away. Breathing in, a good inhale, and breathing out, a big, strong exhale, letting it go. Breathe in with your imagination, just noticing your thoughts like clouds floating in the sky, and then breathing out, watch the thoughts disappear like you're blowing them away. Let's try that a couple more times. Breathing in. Breathing out. Just pay attention to this magic trick that you're doing as you breathe in and breathe out. dissolving the clouds and dissolving the thoughts until they just disappear. And then you're resting in the simplicity of your breath. Because you are strong, kind, brave, and wise. And remember, friends, you are superheroes and have so many tools in your super kit to be happy and healthy. Because creating balance is your superpower, right? Just breathe and stretch and play like we've been doing. And then you'll calm your mind and build positive energy for the rest of your day. I appreciate all of you with lots of love and lots of peace, and I'm looking forward to seeing you the next time. Thank you so much, everyone. Namaste.